Eric and Sadie here. Welcome to another one of our vlogs. We're continuing a series that is kind of exciting and important right now. It's our Renaissance 2 series. We've been talking about this. This is our third one. We'll be doing another one here, a fourth one in a bit. But we're glad you're watching this today.
Yeah, so the topic of Renaissance is really a rebirth, right? And it's a looking at yourself and seeing how you can improve, change, be better, be new. And so one of the newnesses that we want to do is we want to shift our mindsets around here. We have a current mindset of you work a shift, and you know what shift do you work? We use that S word a lot, and we want to shift our mindsets from a shift to a job, to having a role inside of our organization, something that you're responsible for, and an expectation we have for our life guides.
Right. Here's why. Think of it this way. You know, many of you are parents, just like we are parents, and our kids have had their entire educational world turned upside down during this pandemic, right? Well, when the pandemic is lifted, I expect that all of my children will be going back to school and they will know who their teachers are, what classroom they will go to, and when. And that'll be fairly consistent. Now, yeah, teachers have sick days or in service days, they get substitutes, but those are the exceptions to the rule. The rule is, if you're a science teacher in my son's 10th grade class, that science teacher is assigned to this time of the day during these days of the week. That's when science is taught. Well, that sort of consistency is super important for us as parents to believe that our kids are getting a good education and that our kids know when stuff is due and that they can be successful. And if there's a problem, then we know who to talk to and when and why. Well, we kind of don't do that at Compass. And it's been kind of an awakening thought to us to realize that for 24 years, what we've done is basically said, hey, when you go to school, you don't know who your teacher's going to be, but we'll get you a teacher. And we think they'll be able to teach you in science, but maybe they're going to really be an English teacher, but they'll be a teacher and you'll get all your lessons. Okay, so in the same way that we need to have, as a parent, I need my kids to have teachers that have a set schedule. Our clients need to have a set schedule for themselves in their home. They want to know who's coming and when and why. So instead of just providing them staff based on a schedule that we can fill based on what our staff can work and their availability, we're going to build set schedules for our clients and create jobs within those schedules so that every week the same person will work these hours because that's the job, not because that's what they're available to fill.
Some examples of this will be that we are going to have LG1s, 2s, and 3s, and they'll have different duties, and they'll work a different schedule, as well as they'll also have some expectations, some leadership opportunities based on their role and then based on their schedule inside of the schedule. So instead of essentially saying, hey, can you go to work today? It's a shift. You're going to go to work based on your role and your job, and then you'll do the duties that are assigned to that job. So many of you might be asking, okay, this sounds like a pretty big change. When will this be occurring? Our timeline, and this is a really basic timeline, is going to be that the month of November and December are going to be conversations with our clients, conversations with their stakeholders, where conversations with our team, with our staff, with our CFs, getting a really clear picture of what is the ideal schedule for each of our clients, and when is the IHSS going to be worked in those homes, making sure that we have utilized all generic resources and we know when those are going to be used. And so we've put this schedule together. So we're going to spend the next couple months really just talking and building our relationship and making sure we have the best plan possible for every situation we have inside of our organization, because there's a lot and there are really some really unique ones. So we have to really be creative and adjust each schedule to meet that client's needs and their person-centered thoughts. Then from there, we're going to start in January rolling out what it's going to look like. We have some software adjustments we're going to be making, as well as just some thought adjustments and some recruiting adjustments. So we'll be rolling those things out in January. And then starting in February, each of our clients, one by one, so each case facilitator will be taking one of their cases in a month, each month, and tailoring it, crafting it to their ideal schedule. So essentially, we expect this process to take us until the end of September because a lot of our CFs have 8 cases. So they'll be taking it one by one through the months until we have all of our schedules in the ideal schedule. Yet this is going to mean we're going to do more recruiting, more hiring, and have a better plan that when someone accepts a job, it's not like, and it may be a long time ago since you had a job, started your job with Compass. And so you might not remember this, but it was, a couple options, a couple shifts that they were giving you. Now we're going to come to someone and say, this is your new job. Is this a job you accept? And they're going to do a matching meeting with that client. And we're going to make sure it's a good match. And then they will come to do that job. So
I think that's going to be really good, especially on the front end for recruiting, because when we say to an applicant, they're applying for a job, we'll say, hey, well, there's this client over here, and the job that's available in their home is a Life Guide 2 job, and it has working 2 overnights a week on these particular days. It's not just going to be 2 overnights a week. Which ones do you want to work? It'll be this Monday and Tuesday are available, or maybe it's this Saturday or Sunday is when the Life Guide 2 job in this home works. It'll be very specific to that client, but it'll be set. It'll be established and declared from the first day that person's applying for a job. And if that job doesn't work for them, well, there may be other jobs that could work. But there will be jobs with duties and schedules set that we hire for, not just trying to hire different people to fill a bunch of holes over here and over there and over everywhere. That kind of chaos is kind of what's got us to this place after 24 years. And we really want to turn that around so that because we believe clients will feel better, because they'll know who's working and when and what they're going to do. Our staff will feel better because there'll be a clear progression of responsibility and a clear ladder of growth within the company. And they'll really have some security about what their job is and about what their overall income is. So we think that'll be a win for everybody. It'll take some change. And I know change can be hard and scary, but we believe we can do it. And we're going to be basically rolling this all out, and our desire is to complete this entire process by Halloween 2021. Not by this upcoming Halloween, but by 2021. So I got a whole year to really roll this thing out. So let not your hearts be troubled. It will be a lot of communication, a lot of planning, and we have plenty of time to make it work. You might have questions. In fact, if you're paying attention to this at all, I'm sure you got at least one. I really want to invite you to email us or even type in the question at the bottom on the YouTube page of this, because we're going to be having another vlog just like this where we're going to go through the questions and we're going to answer them. So that'll be the best way to get those questions answered if you have them. And as we go along, you have more questions, we can answer them then too.
We would love to hear from our stakeholders, from our clients, from our staff, from our CFs. So anyone in our community, if you have a question, we'd love to answer it. It'll give us some ideas of what we've communicated well and what we still have to work on our communication. So please give us that feedback. Again, like Eric said, you can put it in the chat. You can also send this to Mary or Tyler. Their emails are included in the links. So make sure that you take a minute and ask any questions you have, because we want to make sure that we are in full communication and you fully understand where we're headed.
All right. Thanks for your attention. We'll be in touch with more and more info as we go along.
We hope you paid attention. Who knows? I guess that's your call. It's up to you if you did or not.
Right. If you didn't pay attention and you watched this whole vlog, wow. I don't know what to say to that, but I know we're good looking, but anyway. All right. Be well, guys.